Today we're going to prepare a very easy and delicious peach cake. You want to start with 1/2 cup unsalted butter at room temperature. Add it to your mixer with a paddle attachment and whip it for about a minute. I've already zested 1 lemon into 3/4 of a cup of sugar that I am now going to add to my softened butter. You then want to whip this on medium speed for about 3 to 4 minutes until it's well incorporated. I have 2 peaches already peeled and 1 is diced and ready to go. I have 2 large eggs, room temperature, along with 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. For topping, I have 1/4 cup toasted almonds and 2 teaspoons of sugar, along with 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Here I have 1 cup of flour along with 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of fine sea salt. I have an 8-inch cake pan lined with parchment paper to make it easy for the cake to come out. Now let's start taking a look at our butter and sugar mixture. I shut my mixer off and scrape down the sides, and now I'll just whip it for another 20 seconds or so to make sure it's well incorporated. Then we can start adding our eggs one at a time, along with the vanilla and almond extract. This takes probably about a minute per egg. And once again, I will also, after the second egg has been incorporated, I'll stop the machine, scrape down the sides to make sure that the eggs are fully incorporated into the butter and sugar. Now we can go ahead and add our flour, baking powder, and salt and mix that for about 30 seconds, just until the batter takes all of the flour. Again, I will shut off my machine and scrape down the sides and just whip it to make sure it's well incorporated. Here you'll see that I am adding just the 1 diced peach. And this I will fold into the batter with a rubber spatula. You don't want the mixer for that. My cake pan is ready to add the batter. Just take a spoon and smooth it out for a nice even layer. And then we can add our final peach. You'll see here that I have sliced it in 12 slices, which I will add on top of the batter. And as I place each slice, I like to press it a little bit into the batter. And as soon as I have all 12 pieces on top of the cake, we can then add our cinnamon sugar. By the way, I removed 2 teaspoons of sugar from my 3/4 of a cup before I zested the lemon into it, and that's the sugar I'm using here with the 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now we can top it with our lightly toasted sliced almonds, anywhere from 2 to 4 tablespoons. And if you don't want any nuts in your cake at all, just don't add the cake. Just don't add the almonds to the cake. It's going into my 350-degree oven, and I will set my timer for 1 hour. Be sure to put it in the center of your oven. This cake was completely cooked after 50 minutes, so be sure to have a cake tester and start checking your cake around 45 minutes or so into the baking process. Once it's completely cooled, you want to dust the cake with confectioner's sugar. It just makes for a lovely presentation. Now we're ready to slice and show you the beautiful crumb, the gorgeous center of the cake. You can see the diced peaches in the cake and the sliced on top. Well, I hope you definitely try this cake, everyone. It takes very little time to put together, and it is absolutely delicious. You won't want to stop at just one piece. Thanks again. Have a good day.